We have big people in the building today, very big people, because I'm sure on your phones, everybody's phone, there's going to be Audiomack on there, and this platform over the years has served as a great opportunity for a lot of people to stream music from their favorite artists. And one of the co-founders is here with us today, David Ponte. Ponte, I got it right. Ponte. Okay, my main David Ponte. He's here with us. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
I'm sure you've been coming here a lot of times, so this is your first?
This is my second time.
Your second time?
Yes.
Okay, now then it's cool.
Yeah.
Then by now you know how to say Akwaba and the rest?
What's that?
Okay, Akwaba. When I say Akwaba, it means welcome. Okay. Thank you. Say Medase.
Akwaba.
No, I will say Akwaba.
Okay.
And then you say Medase.
Okay.
So Akwaba.
Medase.
That's it. So you are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. Great. And also the head of music at the Continent Live, Terah Clottey, is also here. Terah, you are not going to do anything. How you doing though?
I'm good.
Great. Good to have you on here. Also for this all important, conversation. But let me begin from home though.
Right.
Over the years at the Continent Live, I know you've been organizing, such programs, to empower industry stakeholders and all that. What has always been the motivation, been the excitement that you are making sure that people in our space understand the job that we are doing, so people don't say that, so they're just making music for the fun of it, but we understand the work that we are doing here?
Well, I say that the music is a $1 billion industry, right? There's a lot of money to be made. And with the insurgence of like African music, likes of David, likes of Whiskey, likes of Burner, it is important that we learn like the craft, right? So that we take it from just being a hobby to becoming something that we can sustain like our families with, and and then growing the industry. That is one of the things that has actually fueled us at the Continent Live, through like our capacity building programs, just to make sure that like people get to like the next level and then they are recognized globally. Yeah. So that's really what's been driving us, just to make sure that like everybody's eating and making something a living out of music.
Great, and I'm sure that's what brings Audiomack into the picture to help out with this. Ponte, from where you sit and investing in Africa and seeing how it has been from yourself and your colleagues at the top. If you sit down and talk about African music and narrow it down to Ghana music, what are your thoughts? What do you see happening over the years?
I think Ghanaian music has made a lot of strides in the last few years, in particularly. I would say about 2021, 2022 is when we started to see a lot of younger acts break through on the Audiomack platform. You have artists like Olive the Boy, Lasmid, Viola, just countless artists have started to not only make noise here in Ghana, but also in the U.S., in Canada, and Europe as of late has been growing a lot. And it's because of the Ghanaian music scene and the diaspora in those countries where we're starting to see a lot of plays and a lot of interest in Ghanaian music.
What are the numbers like? How many subscribers, or even with respect to the numbers that come in for the artists, is there any thing you could share?
Yeah, actually, just got up-to-date numbers this morning, and last year at this time we had about 2.5 million monthly active users in Ghana on the platform, and then this year we have about 3.75, so almost 4 million monthly active users on the platform. We're doing about 10 million streams a day in Ghana, so that's people in Ghana listening, and that's also up about 25% over last year. So in the country itself, we're seeing a lot of growth and a lot of interest in not only the music made here, but music from around the world that we have.
And I'm sure for you will be excited that the numbers keep increasing, year on year. And then talking about the mixer right now, from your perspective, why do you want to hold such, mixers or such conversations for stakeholders, especially for ours here in Ghana?
Well, I think it's important because you have to build a foundation, and that starts with education. So I think Ghanaian music industry has made strides over the last few years. I still think there's room for improvement. I still think there's a lot of education to be learned. And you do that by holding these sorts of events, master classes, mixers, have the opportunity to network not only with Audiomack, but with other people in the music industry. Our master class is going to have a lot of educational value for people that are able to attend. And even if you can't attend, you will be able to see some of this content online afterwards. So the young people that are trying to break into the industry, that are trying to learn about, what their role could be, because not everyone is a musician. That's only really one part of it, an important part, but it's important that they have good managers, they have good lawyers, they have good publishing agency contacts, they have good tour booking opportunities so that they could take, their music that's being made here and popularized here to these other countries that I mentioned where they could sell out shows.
Okay.
So that's an important part to gain revenue, to reinvest into their own careers and into the ecosystem here.
That's great to hear. So Terah, share with us some of the highlights from some of the events that you have held, in the past, talking about the master classes and what we should be looking forward to, in the coming days with the new one that you're working on.
Yeah, so over the last few months, even just this year, right? So we've held a songwriting master class.
Okay.
We've done management. We've done it for our producers and our engineers as well. This particular one, obviously, we have Ponte. We also have Charlotte, who is the VP marketing in Africa. We have the likes of Terah, who happens to be the co-founder of Jumbo Space. We have Liza, who happens to be the former manager of Boom Play. She also is the co-founder of Songwrite. So they've built a studio, and then they've been helping artists generate revenue through their music, not just from streaming, but then other revenues as well. I mean, other areas as well. So what to expect? We just want everybody to come in, whether it's legal, whether it's artist management, whether it's marketing. There's something for everybody in there. Just like Ponte said, it's just not the artist who is supposed to be, have a career. The manager can have a career as well. If you're into PR, definitely you're also learning something. So that's something that we all should be looking forward to this coming Wednesday. Yeah.
And how do people get to be a part of it? Because you're mentioning, those who are supposed to. I'm sure that everybody will be rushing. Okay, there we are, all coming. Can they all come in?
No. So there's a sign-up link.
Okay.
We already have lots of submissions in so far, but I'm sure we can make some space. So you go into the Continent Live IG bio, and then you see our link there, Audiomack. If you go to Ponte's IG, you also see the link in the bio. So you just follow the link, sign up, and then you're going to receive an email from us for your participation. Yeah.
I love this. I mentioned it earlier. I know my brother NYB has been to a number of them, trying to use that to bring up a lot of new artists. But I also think, and this is my general thoughts, that, of course, not even just when it comes to things like this, Accra is the center when it comes to things like that. But, of course, there are other musicians from other places also. So maybe Ponte, you'd have to take it to other parts of the country, where music also is really buzzing, so that they could, because the culture about music streaming is still gaining ground. Some Ghanaians don't understand why they even talk about their data. I mean, I don't get data, I don't go feel stream, all of these things. But they forget that when they're talking about their artists trying to make the big moves, it's some of these things that brings money to their pockets, and it's a way to support your artists to get them to the top. When you began, you're talking about David, Bernard, and Wiz, and I'm like, okay, where are artists? Where are old artists? And I think that's one of the things that, from your side and from David, we want to close that gap, or not to close that gap, but also try to make us get to that point where all of those people have gotten to. But what is one of the things that you see is a problem is a problem for our space?
I wouldn't necessarily say a problem, right? So look at this way. Usually, if like you have like a flock of birds, right? The one who breaks the wind usually struggles the most. Then everybody begins to follow. So I hear a lot of comparisons between Ghana and then other countries. We shouldn't see it that way. Someone has broken through, right? So we look at like the steps that they've taken. Now, we always say that music didn't really originate from, like the music business didn't originate from here, right? It originated like primarily from outside. So obviously, they have like the systems and then they are aware of like how things move. So we look at what's working outside and then we begin to replicate it. So even if it's not the Western world and it's maybe another African country. Let's look at like what's working. What are they doing correctly? What are they doing right that we can also emulate? Then we begin to take it from there. Yeah.
Okay. And so back to you, David, on this as we try to rise to higher heights. We talk about Afrobeats. Of course, everybody's doing Afrobeats now, but we still have our high life and the hip life, those who are still doing that. But how's Audiomack empowering more artists to get into this genre or whatever music genre that they want and to get to the pinnacle of this music thing outside of Ghana, outside of Africa, to the very top?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would encourage artists to download our Creators app, right? So Audiomack is the listener app. We have 35 million people who open it up every month. And then we have the Creator app, which is free. It's for artists. They could upload music directly from the app, whether it's on an iPhone or on a Google device, or you could use the website as well. And it's completely free. You can glean a lot of insights from the streams that you're getting. So see what songs are the most popular, see what songs are in which playlists, which curators are listening to their music. You could also send messages directly to your followers and engage your fan base. So doing all this will allow you to gather a lot of information. And what you do with that information is hopefully make wise decisions to gain more fans and grow your fan base and learn what types of music people resonate with. So if it's your hip life song, if it's your high life song, if it's your Ghana piano song, maybe that's one way you could learn about where you could devote more resources. So the Creators app allows you to do this if you have an Audiomack account. If not, you can make one there. And it's really a secret that a lot of people don't know. We want more people to know about it so that they could take advantage of this. And even not on Audiomack, on other platforms, we want artists to have success on all platforms. You could use the information you're learning from that to apply to other platforms, to go on YouTube, go on other places where people can listen to your music, and just be smart about how you're making decisions.
One of the things when it comes to streaming for our side here, with the money, the monetization, how people are able to make money. I know there's been lots of arguments about, how is it calculated? How do they get the money per stream? How do they, tell us about that bit from Audiomack. How do you go by that?
So Audiomack has essentially two revenue streams that go into the pool of revenue that we based your per stream rate on.
Okay.
So subscriptions, which our subscriptions are growing a lot. Our subscriptions have grown 15% year over year. And of course, our ads. So I know a lot of people love our ads, and every couple songs you might hear an audio ad. As annoying as that might be to some users, that money goes into artists' pockets, right, and it goes into the copyright holders' pockets. So it's always a balance, right? We're trying to not have too many ads where people get turned off from it, but have enough ads to where like we feel the artists are getting a good amount per stream. So it works essentially the same way that a Spotify works or other streaming platforms, where all the money goes into a pool, and whatever percentage your song is compared to that pool is the amount that you make. Okay. So obviously the more streams you get, the more money you make, but it is dependent on the amount of ads we have and the amount of subscribers we have. So if you really want to support artists and you don't like ads, I would highly suggest subscribing to Audiomack Plus. That's going to put more money in artists' pocket. Now, if that's not for you, then watch the ads and, hopefully we could, generate more ad revenue and pay the artists more money. And that is one thing I hope to do when I'm here, is to talk to some advertisers and get them interested in the products we have.
Okay, great. So well understood with that. So if you just joined us, we're talking about the Audiomack music industry mixer that is coming up very soon. Terah is here, same as David Ponte, co-founder for Audiomack. Coming back to you. So let's get into the details for this masterclass and mixer that we're looking forward to.
All right. So if you're listening, you can hear me. The mixer is happening this Wednesday. Let me start with the masterclass. So the masterclass is happening like this Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the British Council. Yeah, and our mixer is happening from 6 to 10, but that is strictly by invitation. So when you go onto the Continent Live, like I mentioned earlier, you find the link in our bio, and then you get all the information you need over there. Yeah.
So that's the master class, which is strictly by invitation.
No, the master class is free.
It's free. Oh, okay.
At the British Council from 9 to 2:30.
So that's Tuesday.
Yes. Okay. And let me be clear,
Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday, 4th December.
4th December.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will mention, usually when we're having like master classes, people always assume that it's for developing artists. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. Like the music industry changes like at every turn.
Yeah.
So there are always like new ways, new methods. So you need to actually get ahead of the curve. So whether you're an established artist manager, like intermediary, or you're now beginning and then trying to build like a foundation for yourself, Wednesday is British Council, 9 a.m. 2:30. Audiomack Masterclass is the place to be. Okay. So please, yeah.
And gospel people, I know people don't like some of these things, but this is good for the gospel industry. We are growing as a space. We cannot be doing the old things as gospel musicians. So please, if you are listening to me, gospel managers, please go and listen and help. That is business now. We are doing it for God, but money today inside.
Why are you coming for my people?
What?
Why are you coming for my people?
Oh, no. They're also my people, and it hurts me that I know I have tried to connect gospel musicians and their managers,
no, but they are coming though. I know some of them are coming.
Some of them. So we need more people to come in and to understand how these things work. David, as we wrap up, final message to Ghana from Audiomack. Any freebies? It's Christmas already, so are you giving away something? So just anything you want to add before we wrap it up.
I just want to say thank you to Ghana. I've just got here today, but it's always so lovely. It's such a chill place. Like, people are friendly.
Yeah.
Not every country that I visit people are friendly like this. So I'm excited to eat. Terah's been taking me around, and I haven't gotten to eat. Yeah, he hasn't taken me to any place to eat. He's just taking me to spot.
Okay, for now, work. There you go. Eat. What do you want to eat?
I want to eat jollof.
Okay, and there's I don't know.
And then please give me a recommendation. I like spicy food.
Okay, kinky, hot pepper.
Okay, good.
With shrimps, fried egg, and fish.
That sounds amazing. I'm so hungry right now.
Avocado, kakaya, kind of paya.
Yeah,
avocado. Add that to it.
Yes. I can handle it. Trust me.
You can handle. Oh, okay.
You'd be surprised. Yeah.
That's fine. So we hope that we'll take you around to get something to you. But we really appreciate you coming through. And how long are you going to be around, though?
I'm leaving right before the election. See ya. I just had an election in the States. I don't want to do that again. Bye.
Okay. I get it.
But so Friday.
On
Friday morning. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Terah, final words.
Like I mentioned, this Wednesday, if you're hearing me, please make it out to like the British Council. Yeah. Let's come learn, and then let's also network. There are a lot of people that I've spoken to, I haven't even seen before. So come out in your numbers, and then let's have a good time and learn together.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming through. Terah Clottey is the head of music at the Continent Live, and also David Ponte, co-founder of Audiomack.